Ready for that.
Placing swarm grenade out.
Finesse with a really good lurk here. Start pulling a few numbers of MIBR, but they have not let NRG through that long yet.
There's that first contact with the buddy system, but that initiates NRG to move inside this B site. And it seems to be MIBR who are as comfortable as Sam to play towards yellow over here. Answered back by Artist, but low on HP, gets a nice little dink, but is now getting chased down. MIBR are coming out strong to win.
Great defensive mollies. Great delay coming out here from NRG on the post plant.
This is definitely big. Yes, JZZ and Heat open up, but there's that flank coming through, but Finesse unfortunately loses it to RGL. MIBR regaining control of the site, leaving Artist once again solo. Another 3 versus 1, and another 2-player waiting to greet him on the re-peak.
A little far behind, so they can choose to still get out of this one, but it looks like a Sage plant after util clear will be the goal.
Now Storm hasn't been popped, finally does so, and the push comes in. Nice underhand flash. Self-play by Victor. That first blood once again coming out from Finesse, who now becomes the entry fragger, then falls back as the turret's watching the flank, then he becomes a flanker himself. So lots of things moving through. Victor was playing a one and done, hoping to catch one off guard because of that stage wall that came up from Artist. Still, player advantage for NRG. In great position to play passively. A 1-for-1.
3v2.
Reckoning available for RGL, but Clock has been dwelling down onto the spike. Not too sure if MIBR is going to use it. It's just going to be an entry instead. A dash in from Heat. Stomp on a high-low. Good enough for 2 kills for RGL, keeping it expensive on the defense. So this allows for you now to play passively. Good recon out too, but it's still Victor in the back of yellow. The lineup of both now to 2 versus 1. Out to Victor to make the clutch. There's that first tap onto the second, not even halfway. So he's playing it patiently. JZZ gets the kill, but there's not going to be enough time. NRG will now score 2.
Oh, and taken out.
2. A rarity that we see as well on how we want to execute towards the A site.
Down A.
Nardis, though, falls first. Sam on that fight towards Boiler. A second one to meet up with him just under the tube. Answered back by Moritz. It's now even up at 2 versus 2. First one spotted, second one on top of that too. Connected onto Victor. As Crashes is now left on the clutch. Up now, creeping up. A tap onto the spike.
Oh my God.
Moving up on the ropes though. Heat was waiting for it. A quick scope to end. But look at that poison orb coming up. That's from the defender all the way towards the east side. And Heat, has been watching that angle the whole time. Victor pushed all the way through, but the ping coming out from the null command gives away his position, so still has to play it passively. Heat somehow letting that shot onto Victor. Reckoning coming out. Artist just getting stunned after stun. For the 3rd time even. It's him and Sam both falling down. Wow. And MIBR have been fighting back strong here coming after this timeout. More passively because they have a lockdown to work with. Already comes up. There's that Molly. Shock Dart combo trying to break it down. Did it land close enough? It didn't. So that lockdown is still to come through. It's actually going to potentially even lock down one. Heat on the rotator cross on the Raptor, lands it onto Crashies. The defuse already comes down for MIBR. Snake bites then to retaliate out from Sam, slowing it down for a bit more. High tide, look at the scaling coming out from that utility from both walls. Both controllers doing so good. Now we have to fight behind it.
Oh my God,
Sam opens it up onto FRZ. We have yet to tap onto that spike. Finally, we'll break it down onto the Cove. Now the Cove disappears and that Finesse gets the kill. But then JZZ already comes back out.
Absolutely lost in the sauce when Victor came around the corner. Here's the retake. What can they do?
Recon Dart already slowed down for a bit. Crashes was looking for a super late lurk down towards the A site. Big knife to come through. That might give the timing to get through. As Artist playing from under. The flank might not even be needed. It's just to come in to not allow Heat to save the operator.
Just looking, Heat's ready to pull that trigger in such a scary spot too. Once he gets pinged out, he just dodged it. Can still dash.
Dashes as he gets the pick onto Finesse. The res comes up though. That allows Finesse to move up with the lockdown if they want to. Getting a timing off the high tide coming down. Same thing here on the attack. Good on Victor to fall back and not go for the flash because that high tide, the toxic screen was coming down. As Artist tries to go for the self boost for a kill. All of MIBR continuing to be very strong on these retake plays. And drop in! As Sam greets him. JZZ and RGL on a 3 versus 2. High tide to push forward, gain space for JZZ, catching finesse. Oh my god, almost missed that one. But it's a 2 versus 1. The first one was a little bit shaky, but he was crispy on that second kill. Al Jonas saw him dancing the way through on a 2v1 clutch. Now gets pinged. Has to dance and play behind the wall. Shark darts are coming in. Oh! Destroyed it for the 2 kills! And the Red Bull clutch had tied the first half, 6-6. Also trying to see if they can waste out some utility. But sheriffs are coming into play into this pistol round. A 1-for-1. But a 2-for-2. As the plant finally comes in with 30 seconds left on the clock. Both players down for NRG. Working together. Pass towards screens. High tide comes down. Now separated on a high low, but Artist still wins that one.
One enemy remaining.
Saw him now. W player. W streamer. Gets the flank there onto JZZ. And also gives NRG the W into the round. Recon Dart also being thrown delays on the util.
So much delay.
No plant coming down at least. Push in from NRG as MIBR are all stuck towards 410.
They're already in sight, defending every corner. MIBR trying to get in.
Seconds left with the spike going down.
Spike down.
A trade-off here as shock darts are even coming through on the defense. Some on the top finally stopped.
Player standing.
And the bleeding also stops on the hit in.
Wow.
To the A site. Bonus round not converted. High tide was just used. But we still have a toxic screen available. Reckoning then coming out. Finesse being pinged out. Flank battle being heard now by FRZ. Artist is the one on that flank. The backstab. Where's the communication? But at least it gets traded out. Finesse down towards yellow, trying to put an alarm bot or turret on the top of yellow. But we're closing in right now on a 2 versus 1. Make that even a 1 versus 1. Tap onto the spike. Victor looking to bring it halfway. And just pre-firing the shot, but it's still going to be the round for MIBR. Ooh. Tying up the game back 8-8. Wow, oh my god, even an ult coming out deep. This might be a call here for Ashley, still with the player advantage, still very doable right now. That Viper's pit went too deep towards screen, so this double flank coming out from NRG could pan out.
Another round by Maurice where it just switches. Oh, big ult.
A huge one. Now a flash to come in. Maurice fully blinded, cannot find Victor. But after that kill, they know he's still stuck towards screens. The 2 flankers are still coming in towards 410 as the fight still comes in into the thick of it. As Maurice decides to put the pit down. Gets picked off instantly and Sock comes in. Supporting NRG on the defuse.
Able to figure each other out round for round and bring a little bit more of the firefight. Oh.
But a flash to assist though. This is huge. What teamwork from NRG. Into this mixed buy that we currently have from MIBR. The 2 rifles that remain are actually still stuck towards spawn, running towards the A site. But as we rotate across, who's there? That's Finesse. All of that utility. Off the alarm bot, but man, that was such a good fight by NRG.
Such a disgusting set play. The turn as well. To get that flash through, you just saw how timed and calculated it was there for NRG. They get back to play defense here as Finesse starts off on Maurice. It's just Meister. RGL.
Flawless.
And he goes down to Artist.
Especially against FRZ. That might cancel out the pit, or some might not care. Just stay in there. Decides to fall back instead. As Maurice was watching that flank, unfortunately dropping Finesse and Crashy. He's trying to go for that double flank. That might be it for this round, especially with the Reckoning to gain that space. Finesse is staying inside this A site, afraid, aware of the potential lurk coming out from Maurice. Double combo pushing Heat out of position. Heat out of dodge. And that might seal the deal right there. And there's that push up. Spot it now. The flash then, the fight. And vulnerable. Maurice gets the easy kill onto Victor.
Wow. The round they take away the alert bot from Kitchen. Absolutely ridiculous how they're making these calls to go away from the utility and play the right angles. Now towards A.
30 seconds left.
That was the null command. Victor had null command up and was already playing A. They were expecting to be able to deny this Van Silly.
There's the up drop, the right click's missing wide.
Oh my gosh.
But FRZ moves in from the ropes, dropping down Artist. Song trying to get a timing towards the back of the site. The recon dart to come out. He sprays on the first as there's 10 seconds left. The shock dart actually canceled the plant initially. As we have a 2v2 into the site. Heat still, when he updraft, was still alive into this round with 26 HP left. Alarm bot now in, but RGL's able to Stay away from that radius. Heat watching the left side. The beating out coming out
enemy remaining.
from Finesse as he swings across for that kill. Crashes on a 2 versus 1. Tries to even it up. Not forcing the second one, and Heat watches the angle as Crashies re-swings out.
They want NRG to act, and they say, ha, just kidding. We're going somewhere else. Even if that's slow. Even how they cut sound. Look for the contact.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, contact found.
And RGL at least was able to stop that, not allowing multi-kill to happen. Or Som. Finesse caught on a rotate. Now Artist has to play close with an ult. Reckoning to come out too. Null come in. Retaliated by Victor, but a little too late. The wall, there's still a gap in it, so MIBR can still plant. Off shot miss, and things are looking grim now for NRG. As MIBR flood down across the map on the post plant. Crashy's trying to get a timing here.
One enemy remaining.
No res to come out, gets the first kill. Util being broken here from the shock dart as the last 2 players are playing very passively for FRZ and RGL. It's going to come down to those fundamentals of that turret. As soon as Crashes comes across, now gets spotted. Here comes the high-low on the second tap. There's the first and the second. MIBR, or shock darts. For MIBR, it's just cascades. So everybody for NRG, because of this util coming out from the double controller, also fall back. And this gives an opportunity for NRG or MIBR to just move into these sites and plant. Heat with the first blood onto Artis. 4 more to go here for MIBR to upset NRG on the first map. Victor has something else to say until RGL comes in for the revenge. No plant coming down yet. 40 seconds left on the clock. Finesse trying to get a timing, but stopped. And it's all to one lone man. Som here on a 4 versus 1. Got the Rebel clutch in a 2v1 before. But now, he has to fight inside a pit. First one on the contact. Clean shot onto RGL. Through the smoke, GCZ falls, but the pit's still up. Heat just at the top of the tower. Som trying to run in. Gets fought by Maurice. And MIBR will eventually get the first map here. 13-10 over NRG.